What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. This week has just been off the chain with madness. Apparently we got planefuls of dead people that are dead before they get shot down. We got magic passports. We got invasions of places. It's just off the chain. First link below is going to take you over to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all this madness I'm going to give you. I'm going to get to the MH17 stuff in just a second. Let me start with the general news bin. Forensic Profiler says Obama is slipping mentally. This came out 6 days ago from WND. I agree. Where you been? The second link is going to be to this. Worst president in my lifetime. Dick Cheney sizes up President Obama. This came out July 15th. Not that I give a damn what Cheney thinks, but interesting article. These next two are for you, Obama, because I know you care so much about our veterans. Veterans shot and killed by Germantown police had PTSD, friend says. Put a link to this. We got another one from Hawaii News Now. Guardsman kills 2 people and himself in northern Utah. Our veterans continue. The suicide rate is just, what can you say? Ebola virus death up to 603. Ivory Coast closes border to refugees. This came out July 15th. Watch this Ebola thing. It's certainly spreading. U.S. lab mistakenly mixes a common flu strain with deadly bird flu. Nice going. This came out July 12th from the Times of India. Let's see. Sacramento Bee has this. 3 dead in Stockton bank robbery gun battle. This was, if you heard about this bank robbery where they were using people as human shields and apparently law enforcement might have shot one of the hostages. I'll put a link to the story. I think there's a video report there. Check it out. Crazy. Just out of a movie set. From the Mail Online, Bloods threatened to kill more New Jersey police and non-stop until the National Guard is called out to avenge death of cop killer. What? This came out July 16. I don't know what's going on with that. It's craziness. Speaking of guns, Detroit police chief says armed citizens cut crime. Right on. This came out July 16. And we got a Florida police spokesman tells citizens to get yourself some firearms. Right on, Florida. That came out July 11. Over to financial news. How the Dow Jones Industrial Average did on Friday. You know, it's amazing with all of this bad news. Planes being taken down and war everywhere. The Dow Jones rose 123 points to close at 17,100.18. All-time high for the Dow. For the week, it looks like the Dow was up 156. I'll put a link to the recap. I don't understand it, but what else makes sense anymore? Meanwhile, USA Today has this. Microsoft to cut 18,000 jobs. Think about that. 18,000 jobs over the next year. I'll put this link here. But the economy's good for some people. The Dow's at an all-time high. What's going on? Meanwhile, Fox News picked up the story. Pentagon gives pink slips to thousands of soldiers, including active duty officers. Thousands of soldiers getting a pink slip. China bought $22 billion worth of U.S. homes over a recent 12-month span. This from Blacklisted News, come out July 15. Put a link to that. China buying up everything in America. Meanwhile, check this out. While our troops are getting pink slips, people are getting laid off, Obama to take a massive half-month luxury vacation in August. Must be nice. We're over to New World Order Police State News now. Check this out. Fight between Miami police officer and lieutenant caught on camera. What happens when one cop pulls over another cop? This from 10 Local out of the area. Check it out. Meanwhile, up in New York, NYPD kill a man on video after he breaks up a fight. This is the man they put into a chokehold and slammed his head into the pavement. They got a video report on that. I'll put a link to it. Meanwhile, Red Flag has this. Armed Homeland Security agents in community outreach to let people know they're in the area. Be advised, the DHS is in your area to keep you safe. Put a link to it. Natural News has this. Millions of Americans installing perfect device in their home living rooms. Amazon Fire TV monitors and records your conversations. Be advised. Like a lot of these new TVs now have cameras and microphones in them too. It cracks me up that America's paying for its own enslavement. Another one from Natural News. Near mutiny among the Border Patrol agents as DHS makes treacherous demands. Some news about what's going on our border while all this MH17 stuff is going on. Don't forget, our southern border is wide open now. Speaking of that, White House says migrants' privacy. Dig this. This is from the Daily Caller. White House says migrants' privacy trumps America's right to know. You don't have a right to know because these illegals have privacy, you know. You don't have a right to know about these next couple stories. MS-13 gang member arrested with car full of illegal recruits. This come out from Breitbart, as well as, I got one more here, DHS source. Check this out. I reported to you on one of my last videos that they're letting these people get on planes without any sort of identification, just a letter that says they're going to show up to immigration court. TSA lets illegal aliens surpass airport security to board planes. Red flag news. I'll put a link to it. Give me your thoughts on that. That's DHS, TSA, keeping us safe, boy. BBC News, we're over to World War III now. MH17 news. MH17 hit by missile from rebel-held Ukraine, says Obama. Well, I don't really care what Obama thinks. He wasn't there. But I'm sure, you know, he's going to say whatever his masters tell him to say, right? Meanwhile, Space.com got into this story. Military satellites likely saw a missile strike on Malaysian Airlines flight. This came out July 18. That's interesting. They're saying that there's constant military surveillance in the area. Washington Times. You would think this was coming from a conspiracy website. The Washington Times is reporting this. Pro-Russia rebel commander suggests passengers died days before the Malaysian flight. He's talking about their bodies were loaded on. These people were already dead before the plane was hit with a missile. I know there's people on YouTube already running with this. I'm going to tell you, when it comes to MH17, I don't know what's going on here. This story is so bizarre. They're interviewing family members all over the mainstream media. They seem to be wanting to put the blame towards Putin, which could be because of this new world bank they're trying to set up. You know, I'm sure the banksters aren't happy about that, like I said in my last video. I don't know what the deal is with this story. So many bizarre things surrounding this story. We got magic passports that were not hurt in any way by the explosion and fire. You know, all kinds of stuff. Now they're saying these bodies, although my buddy Dave over at Endgame, beginning of WWE3, says that the person making these claims that these bodies were already dead has said outlandish things in the past. So take it with a grain of salt. Interesting, though. I'll put a link to the article. Russia Today reporter resigns in protest of MH17 coverage. Apparently somebody at Russia Today not liking the fact that they have to lie about the story. In some sense, they walked off the job. There is other news going on, though. Israeli threat as thousands flee northern Gaza. This came out 14 July from Sky News. Got one from RT. 90% of aircraft destroyed at Tripoli Airport. Libya may seek international assistance. This came out July 15. Not quite sure what's up. That madness is going on so many levels, it's hard to keep up. U.S. sees risk in assisting a compromised Iraqi force. This came out July 13 from the New York Times. And I got one more in the World War III bin. Egypt charges Obama and Hillary with conspiring with terrorist Muslim Brotherhood. Yeah, no crap. I'm over to Earth Changes in 2012 news now. Just one more note about MH17. I'll probably be making more videos on that topic. So definitely stick around. You know, JSnip4 put out like a 30-minute video talking about Lusitania and Gulf of Tonkin, and it might have been us that shot that plane down. It could be so many possibilities right now. It's not like we haven't done something like that before. I just don't know at the moment. Earthquakes this week. 6.3 out of the Philippines, 6.5 out of Japan, 6.3 somewhere I can't pronounce, 6.9 Mexico, 4.6 Running Springs, California. I'll put this link from the USGS. Big quakes on the left, small quakes on the right. Definitely a valuable resource to check. Meanwhile, we got this. USGS raises risk of earthquake for about half of the U.S. This from KY3. This came out on July 17. Interesting. Do they know something's coming? Typhoon shifts slightly from Manila, leaves one dead. This came out on July 15. They got a typhoon going on. I got another one from Hawaii News Now. Whale weakening, heavy rain approaching the state. Be advised if you're in Hawaii, you want to be aware of that. Meteor passes directly over central Virginia. This came out 7/18/2014. Thank you to Sheila Aliens for that. She posts a lot of meteor stuff on Facebook. I do appreciate it. Meteor spins into, let's see, meteor spits in 2-hour moonstruck Dallas sky. Apparently a meteor over Dallas, Fort Worth on 7/12. Put a link to that. They got a video on that. European Space Agency says a magnetic north is drifting southward. Put a link to this. I know I reported on this already. In fact, this came out 6/23. Just another link I came upon. Be advised, pole shift may be in progress. Speaking of pole shift, supervolcano, Yahoo News picked up the story. Supervolcano in Yellowstone turns roads into soup. I've had people advise me that this happens every year. I don't recall it being this. If it does happen every year, I don't recall seeing it in the spotlight this much, I should say. But you never know. Meanwhile, have you seen this? Massive crater appears at end of the earth in Russia. I'm not making this up. They got a video on that from Hawaii News Now. Check it out. And space junk damages ISS U.S. segment. This came out on July 8. ISS getting hit by space junk. It's understandable, all the crap we've left up there. Did we think we weren't going to have to deal with that someday? Over to strange and bizarre news. Utah man planned to blow up police station in hopes of triggering revolution, police say. I'll put a link to it. Police arrested man Arrested man ordered 5 pizzas to the station. Apparently, while he was under arrest, he was able to use his cell phone while he was being booked. Ordered 5 pizzas to the station. Now he's charged with like larceny and theft by deception and all this crap. Not a very smart guy. Human meat found in McDonald's meat factory. Be advised if you eat McDonald's July 2nd. I haven't had McDonald's in quite some time. Don't think I'm ever going back. From the Daily News, door malfunction causes corpse to fall onto traffic in Pennsylvania. Coroner's van has a squeaky door latch. Body falls out on the highway. Makes me think of Bad Boys 2. Dead man on the hood. Before It's News has this. What's going on in Colorado Springs? All rental cars taken by the military? Question mark. Had a few people send me this. It's from Before It's News. Take it with a grain of salt. Look into it more if you will. And one more in the strange and bizarre, Ben. Iran says tall white space aliens control America. For all of the news, please check my favorite videos. I have favorited lots of videos over the past week. Thank you to everybody who puts out content. At least pull it up and scan over the video titles, see if there's anything you don't know about. All kinds of news over there that I didn't even report, so thank you to everybody. Got one shout out this week. The Kneady Homesteader. Jack Look 4 has launched her website. Great looking website, all about homesteading. She's got stuff about breads, canning, recipes, all kinds of stuff over there if you're into that kind of thing. Or if you just want to take a break from the doom and gloom, definitely pull it up. Check it out. All kinds of great information. And she just launched it, so if you like it, pass it around, share it. Let's get her some traffic. That would be awesome. That's all I got for this week, guys. You know, if you like the report, please give me a thumbs up and a +1, or give it a thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst of YouTube. You never want to see it again. Just please rate. It helps move around. I do appreciate it. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, new upload alerts. I have a feeling we're going to be making a lot of videos in the second half of this year. Looks to be madness. Nothing but madness. Everybody do your best to try to keep your sanity, definitely. I will do my best to try to keep you updated on what's going on. Until the next one, you guys take care, stay safe. I will see you on the next one.